Hello, I'm Mike Searles, the comeback coach on a mission to lead 100,000 people back to prosperity. So today I'd like to give a thought about thinking. It was some years ago that EARL Nightingale, that's the grandfather of the personal development movement, said, if most people said what they were thinking, they'd be speechless. Now, what kind of thinking was he talking about? Not the kind of thinking that enables you or me to pick up our fork at the dinner table. Now, what EARL Nightingale was saying is that most people don't do enough thinking about their thinking and about the thoughts they think over and over and over again every day, day after day. Did you know that it is estimated we have approximately 70,000 conscious thoughts each day? It's a lot, isn't it? If thoughts were people, you could fill every seat in the Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee every day of the year. And most of these 70,000 daily thoughts are not new thoughts. They are repetitions of thoughts from yesterday, of last week, of last month, last year, and all the years going back to your childhood, and even before then, which means they are thoughts of habit, grouped in clusters, tightly wound up balls of thoughts we call paradigm. But here's the shocking news. Most of these 70,000 daily thoughts of habit are negative. It was Dr. Norman Vincent Peal who wrote in his book, The Power of Positive Thinking, positive thoughts attract positive things. Negative thoughts attract negative things. Are you getting this? Can you see where I'm heading? Because without consciously knowing, we attract negativity into our life by default, because of our mostly negative thoughts of habit. I hope this is starting to make sense to you, because what we're really talking about right now is part of the answer to a question a lot of people ask, which is, why is this happening to me? So, how do these bundles of negative thoughts of habit show up in the material world of somebody's life? The manifestation of negative thinking and negative thoughts playing on auto loop could show up such as back pain that won't go away, an empty bank account, constant arguments in a relationship, or that heavy feeling of unhappiness from morning until night. Now that's the doom and gloom version of what I'm talking about, the doom and gloom version of the situation. Let's now talk about what we can do about it. So if the problem is, as EARL Nightingale said, most people don't think about their thinking, then we need to first be aware of what we are thinking. Consciously, be like a mini-me version of yourself, sitting on your own shoulder. Everywhere you go, so too is your mini-me, observing passively the thoughts that you are thinking, catching you out on your own negative thoughts. Here's a list of the top 10 negative thoughts people have, the thoughts your own mini-me might notice in you. See if any of these habitual thoughts are thoughts that you're aware of. I'm not good enough. I can't do it. I'm not as lucky as other people. I don't think I'll ever blank. I should be better than I am. I'm not strong enough. Nobody cares. I'm not smart enough. If I don't do well, I'm a failure, and bad things will happen. The top 10 negative thoughts that people have. So what comes next? What happens after you become more aware of how negative some of your most common daily thinking really is? What can you do to change it? Well, there's the ubiquitous online tech support solution. Did you clear your cache? You heard that before. But seriously, clearing the cache of mind is helpful. It's a nice metaphor, actually. Cleaning out the clusters of negative thought patterns from your mind, but not from your conscious mind, which is the mind you're using right now as you listen to my words. No, it's in your subconscious mind that this cache of unhelpful thought patterns live, and they're called paradigms. Bob Proctor. Search the name Bob Proctor for tips about paradigms. Also, search Dr. Joe Vitale, that's Vitale. He's got some books and courses for helping to clear unhelpful data from the subconscious mind. I've studied Dr. Joe Vitale's courses and I've read his books, and they're very good. In fact, Joe Vitale certified me as a practitioner on clearing paradigms from the subconscious. Now, maybe you're not into reading or listening to audiobooks. Then what you can do is talk to a coach. There are plenty of coaches available. Again, you can search online, but please find a good one. And I make no apologies for telling you this, that there are some pretenders out there, fakes and frauds. So if you're going to hire a coach, choose carefully. Verifiable testimonials on a coach's website, that's a good thing to look for. And if you will not or you cannot talk to a coach, I recommend a book that was written over 100 years ago by author Prentice Mulford. The book's called simply this, Thoughts Are Things, authored by Prentice Mulford back in 1907. He wrote it right back in 1907, and he was right what he wrote about, because here in the 21st century, neuroscience and brain research has proven him to be right. Thoughts are indeed things, and we become what we think about. If you can begin to catch your own thinking as it happens, you'll start the beginning of the end of your habitual negative thoughts that are attracting negative results into your life. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Allow me to leave you with a few well-known quotes from wiser minds of the past. Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, said, "A man's life is what his thoughts make of it." Ralph Waldo Emerson, the philosopher, said, "A man is what he thinks about all day long." William James, the psychologist of early 20th century, said, "The greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind." So in closing, I've got an invitation for you. I'm inviting you to begin thinking about your thinking, perhaps as you've never done before. My mission is to help 100,000 people come back to prosperity with better health, greater wealth, and unstoppable happiness. This is Mike Searles, the Comeback Coach, and thank you.